So this is part 2 of my May reading wrap-ups. I'm filming this because I gotta return stuff to the library, otherwise I would have waited longer and I have more books to talk about. And I've already filmed this once and my phone didn't save it, so now I'm filming it on Alex's phone. Okay, so this is starting out with stuff I read on our trip down to Fayetteville to dog sit for Alex's parents. My intention for that trip was to read all of the digital books I have, which is like on my computer, my phone, my Kindle, a lot of review books, all of that. And then maybe on the side read some that I've checked out from, there's 2 other libraries I go to besides the library, the one at our church and then the one at our favorite coffee shop. So that was my intention. In reality, on the trip, I read the one book on my phone, one of the books on my Kindle, and one book that I owned. And a decent chunk in one from the coffee shop, which I just finished this morning. So, I'm just going to dive into this, and yeah. So, the first thing I read was Nothing Like You by Kelly Robertson. I read that on my phone. This is a manuscript from swoonreads.com. Kelly Robertson is a YouTuber I follow. By the way, my wrap-ups are spoilery sometimes, so be warned. I'm probably going to read you, like, the descriptions, because I'm really bad at describing books. Yeah, but I'm going to describe this one. This one was basically a contemporary romance centered around, well, not centered around, but with country music very closely intertwined. There was choruses to different songs at the beginning of each chapter, which isn't really my thing, but it was done very well, integrated very well. I would give, like, a trigger warning for abuse. Not because there's anything that happens in the book so much, but because she has an ex-boyfriend who does, spoilers, show up later. So it's talked about and stuff like that. This was really good. I hadn't read much romance lately, so I really enjoyed it. It's a manuscript, so there were some things that editing needed to fix and stuff like that, but overall, it was really good, really cute romance, really liked the characters. I pretty much flew through it, and I gave it a 4 stars. The next thing I read was a book I got for free to review from netgalley.com called Her Viking Heart by Heidi Herman. I read this on my Kindle, which I think is currently dead. I got this mixed up with another book. I thought this was a historical fiction. It's not. It's, like a romance-y, mystery-y, contemporary-y type of book. What it is about is this lady that her mom has died in the past year and her dad suddenly dies in a car accident. And they like to do research projects for fun. And she's cleaning out his house and she finds a box for one of the projects. And she's going through it, and it turns out, after her mom died, he had intended to travel, went to get a passport, and it was rejected because something was wrong with his birth certificate. In trying to figure out what, he discovered that he was adopted, and he never knew. So she goes on this journey to try to find her dad's biological parents, and there's romance, and it's really good. Once I realized it wasn't the historical fiction that I thought it was, I really got into it. The Her Viking Heart part was kind of like barely a part of the story until you get to the tail end, and then it all makes sense. So just bear with it for that. But it was really good. If that sounds remotely interesting, I would recommend it. I give it 4 stars. Then, if you guys know me, you know I like to research things just for the fun of it too, because why not? Nonfiction books are fun to read at times. So along my current research interest, I read 8 Things I Wish I'd Known About Polyamory Before I Tried It and Fracked It Up by Cunning Minx. They had this in our coffee shop library, but it's one of the frequently stolen books, so you can't actually check it out. You have to read it there, and I didn't have time, so I just ordered a copy. This is really good. It has a lot of this is how you do poly, but really, if you're in any relationship, this is like useful information or whatever. So it was really interesting. I enjoyed it. I think I learned stuff. I don't know. I'm pretty proud of how good mine and Alex's relationship is. We communicate pretty well. So, but yeah, I did learn some stuff. It was interesting to read. I enjoyed it. If it sounds remotely interesting, I would recommend it. And I think I gave this 5 stars. I got my Goodreads over there, but I need new glasses, so I'm like, there. Next book I read was Better Days and Other Stories by Joss Whedon. This is book 2 in the Serenity graphic novels. If you're interested in Firefly, read this. It's good. It's like a bunch of short stories rather than one, like, flowing story. But Layla. But it is good. Like I said, if you like Firefly, just read it. And it's book 2, so I don't really want to say much more than that. But I enjoyed it very much, and I gave it 4 stars. Okay, that can go back now. That's the one that needs to go back. Then I read Sex at Dawn, How We Mate, Why We Stray, and What It Means for Modern Relationships by Christopher Ryan and Casilda Jetha. I probably pronounced her name very wrongly. Is that a word? Wrongly? Incorrectly? This was one I did check out from our coffee shop that we love very much. It's basically exactly what it says on the tin. It's a nonfiction, science-y book about whether humans evolved to be monogamous or non-monogamous, basically. But it's got a lot more in it than that. So this sits along with, like I said, my current research interests. It was really interesting. Like, if it sounds remotely interesting to you, I would pick it up. It's not as easily read. It's a nonfiction sciencey book. Okay, so some of those are written like textbooks, and some, for instance, what is her name? Mary Roach. She writes hers very easy to read, but with a lot of information. This is kind of in between. It's not difficult to read, but it's not like super prosy, if that makes sense. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. And I learned a lot. And then I read Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Rift, Part 2 graphic novel. This is a graphic novel based on the Avatar TV show, which is not one of my fandoms, but for the storyline alone, I did enjoy it. This is part 2, so I won't go into what it's about, and I gave this 3 stars. Okay. Hopefully this will save this time. If you've read any of these books, have questions or comments about any of them, feel free to leave that down in the comments. I would love to hear it. I would love to start a discussion about any of these books. With the exception of when I go to the book club at the library, I very rarely have a chance to talk to people about the books I read. So I'd love to talk to y'all about these if you're interested, if we have anything to say or whatever. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.